welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing the first soap in my February collection, which is themed after Alice in Wonderland. I am a huge fan of Alice in Wonderland. It is one of my all-time favorite Disney movies, so I wanted to do a soap collection based off of Alice in Wonderland, but it's kind of one of those things that it's been done a lot of times before, and I wanted to put my own little spin on it. So instead of doing soaps inspired by specific characters from Alice in Wonderland, I really took inspiration from different scenes of Alice in Wonderland. So today we're going to be doing our very first soap, and this one is inspired by the Painting the Roses Red scene. So if you want to see what I took and how I interpreted that scene, then please keep watching. Okay, so I have my base oils here, and I have already added my fragrance oil to it. Today we are using Nature's Garden Victorian Rose. This is a really good rose scent if you like floral roses. I like this one because it's not just like straight up rose. It does have just a little bit of like almost like the greenery notes with roses. You can kind of smell like the leaves and the stems as well. So I really like this rose scent. So I have already added that to the base oils here. And then I have my lye water solution here. This already has my sodium lactate in it. So we are going to combine the lye solution with the batch oils. And now I'm going to mix this with my stick blender until we reach light emulsion. Alright, so we are just barely emulsified. I can tell because whenever I look at my oils on my stick blender, they are not separating, they are holding together. So we are ready to split this off into two different batches. Okay, now this one is accelerating a little bit quickly, so I want to be very quick at mixing my colors now. So we're going to do about a half and half, and we're going to mix our colors. So since I got to work a little bit quickly, I will tell you about the colors later, but this is like a dark green blend that I came up with. Okay, so we're going to mix this up really thoroughly. And then our second color is also a green color. This one is a little bit lighter though. Okay, and then I want to mix this one up thoroughly. We're going to do an in the pot swirl. So I'm just going to take the color here, and I'm going to pour it into here, just kind of swirl it all together, doesn't matter. I just want this to kind of have like a very soft two-tone kind of swirl, so the colors are not going to be super distinct from each other, which is what I want. Okay, I just wanted to give that a really quick little swirl with my spatula, just a little quick mix. Okay, and now we're just going to do a simple pour right into the mold here. It's nothing that exciting, so just gonna mix that all in here and try to keep it in the mold. And I'm gonna scrape the rest of this into the mold and finish it off. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of shake this around, try to get this to settle out some, and take my spatula and just kind of flatten it out. Okay, so this one's definitely not going to take very much time at all to set up, so I'm just going to set this one off to the side and start mixing up the frosting. Okay, I have my frosting ready. We're going to go ahead and pipe this. And like I said, this one really set up quickly. Whew, this one is getting really hard to pipe. Okay guys, let's try it again. That first batch of soap batter set up so quickly, it basically became soap on a stick in a piping bag, which is not a good combination. So I had to mix up a whole new batch, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this one works a lot better. This one's a little bit on the runny side, but honestly, I don't want to take my chance with any of this setting up way too quickly like the last batch. So even though, unfortunately, this is a tiny bit on the runny side, that's just what we're going with. I also have to say that's probably like the first time I've ever like completely lost a frosting batch to soap on a stick. Okay, now that I have it frosted, I'm going to move this over to the side just a little bit so I can show you the embeds. I'm very happy with how the embeds turned out. So these are all of the embeds that I created. I of course have the white roses, the painted roses, the fully red painted roses, and then of course a few little leaves to go along the roses. So I have planned out how many of these I want to put per bar and how I want to arrange them. So we're just gonna go ahead and start placing these. Okay, so I'm going to start by placing all of the top center ones just to get it going, to get the pattern established, and then I will move on to doing the other ones. So I'm just gonna start by placing these. I'm gonna do one of each type of rose on every single bar. So I'm gonna start with the red rose here, and then we're going to do the solid white rose, and then we'll do a painted rose. So we'll just keep repeating this pattern all the way across. And I have two different sizes of roses, so I want to keep the largest rose on the top. And now we're gonna kind of repeat the pattern, but we're gonna offset it a little. So we're gonna start with the striped roses, and I'm gonna put one striped rose on all of, I've already messed up. Put one striped rose on every side that has the red top. Then all the ones that have the white top, we're gonna do a solid red. And then all the ones that have the painted rose, we're gonna do the solid white one on the sides. Okay, so that is that side done. I love all the little roses on there. It's so fun and pretty. I just love it. And now we're gonna finish putting on the last roses, so all the roses are gonna get the other rose that they do not have. Alright, and now I have the little leaves, and I'm trying to decide if I still want to do the leaves or not. They are really pretty. I feel like I probably should have moved some of these down just a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of push them down just a little bit to make more room for the leaves. I probably should have planned that a little better, but that's alright. And all of these I want to kind of stick downward. I want it to like kind of look like it's part of the top rose. I did make these little leaves just a couple days ago, so they have gotten just a tiny bit of humidity sweat on them, but it's easy to wipe it all away, but it does make them a little bit slippery. I wasn't sure at first if I was going to put the little leaves in there, but I actually really love them, and I'm glad I decided to keep them. The colors are just a little bit similar to the frosting color, but I'm hoping once it sets, the frosting color will lighten up just a little bit. Okay, we're gonna turn it around, and now we're gonna place the last row of leaves. All right, and that is how the soap turned out. You guys, I love this. I love that I included the little rose leaves. At first I thought about piping them, but with it being like already piped frosting, I felt like the colors of the leaves wouldn't show up too much, but this looks so pretty. This is exactly what I wanted it to look like, and I'm very happy with this. So we're gonna let it set for a few days, and we're gonna come back and cut it when it is ready. Okay, everyone, so I have the loaf unmolded here. I have to say, I am just shocked at how much the green lightened up. It was about the same color as the leaf embeds on there, and if you see now, it's very, very light. I think there is a little bit of soda ashing on here that is kind of making it look a little lighter than I expected. So I think I might do a little bit of a steaming on these to see if it kind of helps get rid of some of that soda ash. But first we're gonna cut these up and see what the bars look like. Okay, and we're gonna cut the very first bar here. All right, and here is what it looks like on the inside. I definitely want to let this set for a little bit to see if the color changes at all. Sometimes that happens when it oxidizes, it will change colors. I do have to say, I feel like I really wish the green was a bit darker. I felt like whenever I mixed it up, it looked so much darker than this. I do still like this, but I wish there was a little bit more color variation in it, but I still like it. And if you look, you can see the color here versus the color on the outside. There's definitely a little bit of soda ashing that happened on this one. So we will try to steam some of these and see if that helps bring that green color back to life. Okay guys, as promised, I will be showing you how I steam my soaps. Now I do have to say I don't really steam my soaps very often. It's not too often that I get soda ash, but every once in a while it does happen. So this is a trick that I have found through other soap makers that they swear by, and I have tried it, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see if it works this time. This is just a little portable steamer, just like a little garment steamer. So I have already filled it up with water. I'm gonna plug this in and let it steam, and I will show you how I steam my soaps to get rid of soda ash. Okay, so I have my bar of soap here. I am just gonna take my little steamer and try to keep it far away as I can from the actual soap because this will bring a lot of moisture to it. And I'm just gonna gently kind of go over it with the steam. You'll notice it will make my soap wet, but it will start to make some of that soda ash disappear. Now I do want to be very careful not to get too close to the ones that I painted because I don't want the color to run. So I think you can see there is a little bit of a noticeable difference between steaming it and not steaming it. So this is the unsteamed one. I think that it definitely gets rid of a little bit of the soda ash. Now it's not going to completely get rid of it, and depending on the color you used or the fragrance oil you used, your results will vary. I have tried it with very dark soaps and I've had good and bad results, and I've done it with very light soaps and gotten good and bad results. So it just kind of depends. I do think it is a bit subtle, but to me, I can totally tell the difference with the one that was steamed and the one that was not steamed, and I just prefer the look of this one. So I am going to take the time to steam all of these. It won't take too long, but I want to try to not touch these soaps too much while they are wet because they make them very slippery. So I'm gonna go ahead and steam all of these and come back and share with you guys what the final ones look like. So hopefully you can see a little bit better how the steaming has improved the soap a little bit. Obviously it didn't get rid of all of the soda ashing, but it did do a noticeable difference in my opinion, and it was worth the effort of actually steaming all of these bars. It only took about probably 2 or 3 minutes to do all of these, and I am very happy that it kind of got rid of that ashy look. All right guys, I am very happy with how these turned out. Now in the future, if I were to make these again, I do think I would add a lot more of the green to kind of create more of a contrast in the base of the bar. I thought I had a lot of contrast, but again, sometimes greens are very tricky colors because they look a lot darker and they lighten up so much. So I think next time I will just kind of create even a stronger contrast of those. They look so cute all lined up. I love the little rose garden look, and these are just so much fun. I'm very happy with them. So this is how the soap turned out. I am very happy with it. I think it is so cute and so fun, and I feel like it just really captured the essence of the scene of painting the roses red. So if you're interested in purchasing one of these bars of soap, they will be available on my Etsy shop on Saturday, February 5th at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So the question of the day is, what is your favorite Alice in Wonderland character? There are so many different ones, and I don't know, the ones that I always really love is Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I think that they're so fun, but I mean, honestly, I feel like every character in Alice in Wonderland is kind of interesting. I also like Absalom the caterpillar, and of course I love the White Rabbit. And of course, I love Alice too. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram. Link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.